Welcome to the Adult Amateur's Guidebook podcast, where we dive into the world of adult amateur equestrians, talking about everything from riding woes to feeding regimens to horse show days. Get ready for the real and authentic conversations about the challenges and joys of being an adult amateur and trying to live out our horse girl dreams. Let's tack up, grab a glass of wine, and ride into the world of the adult amateur. Hey everybody, thank you for coming on to the show. Alexis is manning the camera, so she is here, but she's allowing these beautiful ladies to come sit with us. So this is the Adult Amateurs podcast, and these are all adult amateurs, and I'm so excited to have you guys here. So tell us who you are, tell us all the things. We're at GHJA finals. Are you guys showing? Let's get into it.
Well, thank you for having us. Yeah. Adult is an interesting word.
Yes.
By age only, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm Erin. I ride at Export. I have a gray named Arezzo Blue, and he is not here because I just flew back from Abu Dhabi.
Wow, you sound way cooler than me. That's amazing. Very cool.
Well, tell them why you were in Abu Dhabi. It's a big deal.
So I was at the General Assembly. So it was my first time there, so it was very exciting to be able to...
Wow, that's amazing. That's so cool.
So very exciting.
Oh, wow. Well, I can't wait to... You're being so humble. You're like, yeah, you know.
I'm still recovering from the time zone.
Yes.
But Riley actually showed this morning, so...
It did.
Yes.
I also read at Export. We all read at Export.
Amazing, yes.
I just sold my horse.
Okay.
And I'm catch riding a horse from Windsor.
Okay.
Did him in the mini medal last night.
Amazing.
Yeah, just saw him for the first time yesterday.
Fantastic.
And then won the adult eck over fences this morning, fourth on the flat, and then I'll go first in the medal tonight.
Okay, Riley, I don't mean this any disrespect, but how old are you?
28.
Really?
Yeah.
She barely makes
I was like,
in.
is this girl even an adult? Like, no way. Oh my God, you're 28 years old?
Yes,
Do you do like
29
skin routine? Like, what's
No,
your
Cetaphil.
secret?
That's it.
Oh my God, you have great genetics. What the heck?
Thank you. That's
Oh
so
my
nice.
gosh. I was like, are you like 19? Like,
what
wow. That's amazing. Good for you.
Thank you.
I mean, that is a big accomplishment in life, so I hope you're proud of that.
I am. Hopefully I'll be 60 going on 40.
Yeah,
That's the
exactly.
goal.
100%. 100%.
Most horse people are not.
Yeah. I know. We get beaten up by the sun and just really battered, especially equestrians, but you know, it's fine. Okay, so
I'm Kim. I just started with Export a year ago, this December, and I'm very new to hunter jumpers.
amazing.
So it's been really fun, exhilarating, scary at times.
So what did you do
but,
before?
Saddlebreds and Arabians.
Oh, wow. One of my
Yeah.
best friends does Arabian.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
like a whole different world.
It is. It's completely different,
Yeah.
but I wanted to try something new, and I found Export, and they have been amazing. I
Oh,
mean, it's
that's
just-
awesome.
They are building my confidence, and
She's kicking ass.
hopefully next year I'll be at this show. So
Good.
Yeah, it's
I
been
love
awesome.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, tell us who you are.
I'm Alex, and I've ridden with Export for a long time.
Yeah.
And I have a awesome mare who, like, my long-term goal is to do the high adults with.
Okay.
And I was supposed to be showing this weekend, but I had surgery recently, so we
Yeah.
had to sort of cut it out.
Well, honestly, going to horse shows and not showing is like kind of
I mean,
it's
also,
amazing.
yeah,
Super
it's awesome.
fun.
You don't have to get up so early.
yeah. You're like, oh, I can
way
like
less
roll in
stress.
whenever I want.
Yeah.
Like no problem.
Well,
It's
I think that's one of the keys of being an adult Ami.
yeah.
If you're not showing, you come in your sport, your crew.
100%.
So that's one of the things that separate us Amis. And, you know, sometimes we bring, you know, liquid courage along.
You know what? Did you guys know Carly Durst? So
Yes.
she was on the podcast. Her episode's coming out this week, and so she talked about her entire like horse show prep. And I'm not going to spoil anything because you guys have to listen. It's absolutely hysterical. And we talk a lot about that. That I mean, like whatever you got to do as an adult Ami to like get the confidence.
Yeah.
You know, like you just got to do it, and
Yeah.
there's no shame in that.
When I was a kid, I mean, I had no fear.
yeah.
Like, and I loved horse showing. I was
Yeah.
like, let's go up a level.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, is that 9-0? That looks, ooh.
Guys, it's just
bigger.
like really big. I don't know. So I do this, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I do this skit called the Equestrian Adult Amateur, and it's like literally just like making fun of adult amateurs. Like the entire
It's so easy to make fun of us.
We always watch those.
Yes, like literally that's all that it's about. And like, and it's so funny because people are always like, oh my God, like, are you talking about me? Like, are you talking about me in your video? I'm like, no, bitch. Like, I'm talking about all of us. Like, literally pull inspiration from literally every single person. So like we all, and mostly myself, you know, because the things that I tell my trainer, she's like, what?
Yeah.
So I think that whatever you have to do to prep for a horse show is just like what you got to do. So
I know tons of amateurs that need like a shot before a derby. Like,
oh my
and
God.
I don't blame them.
No.
You know, or like a muscle blocker.
No.
Whatever you need.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat. And look, there's no judgment.
No.
There's
you
no
can do what
judgment.
you gotta do and just have fun.
Yeah.
Worst case, there's Prosecco after.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Just cry because you spent a lot of money.
I know. That's what Megan was saying. She was like, honestly, like the Ammies, it's like that's what they're mostly crying about. It's like if we don't do well, it's because we've spent all this money and we didn't win a ribbon, and like the kids, they are crying.
That is completely incorrect. We cry because we did not get a good shot for the ground.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like, even if you land and fall off, as long as the picture
100%.
looks good, we're good with that.
Absolutely.
I need my
Or like-
videographer.
Yes.
Or like, you know, when they do like the blue red ribbon, like open clears.
Yeah.
I have posted more than once being like, I got a blue ribbon.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And everyone's like, that's amazing. I'm like,
I know. Yeah.
It just means I didn't fall off.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We do it with the love of the sport.
Yes.
But we also want the picture.
100%. The last
Street
horse
cred.
show I was here with my baby, and like, not my human baby, my horse baby, and like we got second in the flat, and I took the photo, like a selfie, and it like really was hard to tell if it was like a reserve or like
Oh no.
Just go with it. You gotta go with it.
You're like the
I
American.
was second, and I think it was Alexa. She's like, "Oh my God, like you were reserved. That's so amazing." I was like, "No, I
You should
wasn't."
just go
But
with it.
everyone else thinks that. So yeah, it's so funny. Okay, so I want to talk about horse community really quick because this is really like we've never had this many people on an episode before. So and we're all here together enjoying this beautiful day. So I just want to like candidly talk about horse community and just like horse showing as. You know, I would say over the past like 15 years has changed so much.
Absolutely.
And like I want to say that like the financial part of it, like the horses seem like to be nicer, like everything like just kind of keeps going up and up and up and up, right? So like how do you guys feel like the competition has changed, but do you feel like the overall like the community has gotten like fiercer or more warm or more cold, or like how do you guys feel about the community in general?
I think that it depends on a lot of your barn.
Yeah.
So I have ridden, we actually did the math earlier, I've ridden for 41 years.
Wow.
And
How old are you?
I'm 46.
Oh my gosh, you look amazing too.
Thank you.
Golly.
But I've ridden with a lot of different barns, and this barn that we're at now is very special. Like,
Yeah.
everyone is so supportive and comes out and cheers everyone, and there's no like inner barn competition at all. And so for me that has been like amazing as an adult coming back to this, because I took some time off when I had kids. And it's been like a whole different world. So while I do think that like the wider world has become more competitive because of the money piece, our specific barn community is so fun and supportive and like just cheers everyone on, and like great attitudes, that it makes it wonderful for us. So I think that that's the key, is really like no matter what's going on in the bigger horse show world, is finding your crew and someone that you know, people that you really enjoy spending time with and that are cheering you on for the right reasons.
Right.
Yeah. And just to add on to that, I think like Wills Park plays a huge part in that. So not only do we have a great barn, but when we come to the local shows, everyone knows everyone.
Right.
So if there was any type of, standoffish type mentality, we're all in this together.
Right.
I have made so many friends learning a course with my fellow Ammies from different barns.
Absolutely.
And there's just a sense of community there of
absolutely.
did you get around?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, you know, I think we're all rooting for each other.
Yeah.
Even if we're not from the same barns.
Absolutely.
So it's always
Well, and a good
great day.
example of that, even I'm on the GHJA board, and so we're in charge of like giving out all the prizes.
Yeah.
And our ribbon person, like that we got the ribbons from, screwed up, and so we're missing 4ths and 5ths for like half of our ribbon bundles.
Yeah.
And so we went around to all of the barns, being like, can we borrow back a 4th and a 5th?
Right.
And they were all happy to just like, yes, please take this, and like so that someone coming out of the ring can be given a ribbon, and just being able to, like you said, because everyone here knows each other and supports each other. Like I don't think you could do that at WEC.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Well, I feel like I kind of offer a little bit of an interesting perspective too, because I've been a pro before.
Yeah.
And I got my amateur status back.
How did you do that?
They had a special rule change. I did it before 25. And if you do that, you'll have to wait 3 months.
Oh,
Just
cool.
not accepting any money or anything like that.
Interesting.
So I got that back like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I can say as a pro, trying to talk to other pros, I did it in different states, not in Georgia.
Yeah.
It was the most intimidating thing in the world, trying to like ask for like, do you mind telling me like the course, or like what was the striding, how did that ride?
Yeah.
Scariest thing in the
Yeah.
world. I have made so many more friends with my competitors as an amateur, because everybody, like Erin was saying, was like, did you make it around? And it's like, yes, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
But like tons of people that I show against here and whatnot, like it's just so much more like welcoming.
Right.
And there's like an ease of, I guess, peace of mind, and it's also just so much more easy to talk to people as an amateur.
Yeah. No, I would definitely agree. Well, I guess too, because like when you're training, like, and you're a professional, there's like expectation and like,
Totally.
you know.
And I know for me, my expectation is to come around and do the best that I can, and like, even if I don't get a ribbon, I don't care.
Right.
Like I had a good time, and I got to catch ride a really nice horse. And, like, I'm good at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Versus, like, pros, you're working for everything. You're paying all your bills, basically. While you do
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know too, like, I feel like as an amateur, like, you can still like, I don't know, I don't want to say monetize, but there's ways that you can, you know, support yourself as an amateur, you know, through sponsorships or, you know, really whatever. But I think,
do tell.
well, I mean, look at me, look at us, like we're like literally the perfect picture of like us
being
horse girls, and like we're like, okay, how can we like somewhat, you know, subsidize.
Well, they've lightened up on the rules a lot more recently too, like brand ambassadorships.
Yes,
like
exactly.
certain sponsorships, and you can accept a certain amount of money.
Right.
Now as amateurs, we can lunge other people's horses.
Yeah.
And like certain things like that, where like, and you can go monetize your TikTok.
Yes,
and you can do
exactly. Well, that's
things
what I'm
like
saying.
that.
Yeah.
It's
like,
only hooves? What?
Huh?
Riley's been holding out on us. We
I
need
don't do
details.
It. I don't do it.
Are you
a
a TikToker?
I make cute TikToks with Huey.
You do.
I need help.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is like, monetization nowadays looks so different than it did like even like 5 years ago.
Right.
So, and you can do it as an amateur and have it still like put money towards your expensive hobby that we all have. So yeah, but anyways, I mean, I just like to hear that you guys like feel that way about the community, because I feel like that's definitely, I was, you know, and Alexis and I were surprised to know that this horse show community is the biggest in like the Southeast, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And GHJA is the biggest USHJA affiliation in the country.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
So-
really cool.
Before you had talked about like the financial aspect of
Yeah.
it, and we all know, you know, trying to keep our horses healthy, show competitively, there's a cost.
Do you still have both
associated.
kidneys? I'm just kidding.
I was joking this morning about how my horse has more wellness providers than I do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Sometimes we forget to care for ourselves
Oh,
because the
100%.
horses get all the care.
Yes.
But the other thing is I think a lot of people are starting to realize that we can support each other through leases,
Oh,
through
for
catch
sure.
rides, and, you know, kind of share the burden sometimes when it comes to
Absolutely.
the finance part of it.
For sure.
That's another great thing about the barn that we ride at. You know, if they travel or go out of town, they allow us to, the owners let us ride their horses
Oh,
so
that's
that we
nice.
stay in shape, their horses stay in shape. So I felt like I've become a better rider just from getting to ride different horses.
Yeah.
And then two, the feeling of, you know, community. I have a picture from my last show here, and I just jumped the little ones. So I do like the 7075s.
Yeah.
But the best picture I got from that show was a candid of everyone cheering me on from the side. And it's all my people. And even strangers that I don't know were all smiling.
Yeah.
So it was just
I
really,
love
it was
that.
cool.
And there's no such thing as only the .70s or especially in our barn. When you show, we're all the same.
Yes,
it doesn't
100%.
matter the height, and that's
we
the
just
beauty
had a
of
kid
it,
go
right?
in the short stirrup, and everyone was down there. And,
Oh, absolutely.
and she's going in the EC finals tonight, and
Yeah.
everyone will be there. So.
Yeah, well, and it's nice to. I feel like the friendliness in the community, that it is as good as it is, it keeps us in the show ring. Like, I've tried to quit so many times, but since I've started riding with Export for a little over a year now, I'm itching to show.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, like let's keep doing it. And a lot of people can't say that, I don't think.
No. And I think that if you go to horse shows and you're like you're just like dreading it, and you're just like, you're not with a good group of people, or you feel like this, we talked about this in one episode where you feel like negative energy, like, and how that affects your performance.
Totally.
And, you know, if you feel like you're not with the right person, like how much that can gravely affect, like not only your ability to want to show, but like, I don't even want to go to the barn. Like, I don't even want to deal with this.
And even if you ride, your horse feels it too.
Yeah.
So then you won't have to
It's
absolutely.
huge because this is our solace, right?
Yes.
So you want to make sure that you're taking every opportunity to enjoy it, especially given the magnitude of money we're spending.
And we joke that our barn is like our country club. Like we're not members
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what
country
Megan
club.
was saying.
Yeah, but we are members of Export, and so like on Wednesday mornings, all the adult amies show up. On Wednesdays. We bring Prosecco. Everyone has a lesson. Everyone sits there and watches each other's lessons because we're not necessarily the same level.
Yeah.
And we cheer each other on. We take videos of each other, and then we drink Prosecco, and like it's like our favorite day of the week.
Yeah.
I had to take off work for that day.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want to be part of that day.
I need to be a part of it.
I can't work. Sorry, guys.
I was going to say, can you edit that part out?
Oh my God, no.
I might get fired. Sorry.
And I think it's so funny because we asked Megan too, like, do you feel like, you know, horses is like a disease, you know, like it's like a sickness where like,
or like an addiction.
Like
You're
an
definitely
addiction,
born
like
with
whatever.
Yeah,
like whatever it is. And like, it's amazing. And I'm sure you guys could literally think of an example in a second, but of like the things that we shift and adjust in our life just completely override. Like,
I no longer buy clothes. It's all horse stuff. Like my wardrobe is literally like,
Stop lying.
I know.
No, seriously, like I have
She buys horse clothes.
No,
not regular clothes.
and it's so funny because it's so funny because I drive like a 2016 Toyota Highlander that has like, you know, I think it has almost like 180,000 miles on it, and I'm like, and I really want the new 2024 Lexus GX, and like
me too.
my
on my
husband's
list.
like, you can have it. You know, like you could have it if you want to sell the horses.
My husband likes
and
to
I'm
play
like,
that game too.
I'm like,
he earlier today was doing that game with me. Like, you can have this or you can have the horse. I'm like,
I'm like, don't even talk to me about that. Like, don't even. Just don't.
I love how people think like it's a choice.
I know. Like, why can't I have both? Like, buy me the car then. Like, what's the problem? You know, I'm just kidding. But I really appreciate you guys coming on and just talking with me. And y'all are so much fun.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, and you're
come
showing
to our barn
tonight
on a Wednesday.
So,
hang out on a
you
Wednesday.
go first.
Turn up on a Wednesday.
Oh my gosh, will you talk to us after you go? Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, we talked about that.
Crying and horses?
There's drinking.
Yeah.
But there's no crying.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've cried of happiness, but I don't think I've ever cried because I didn't do well.
So I will say, like, if I'm going to be honest and, you know,
Look,
there-
we're here,
there
be
are-
honest.
there are tiers, right? Like,
Yeah.
we as adults, we hold ourselves to a different, we hold ourselves accountable, right?
Yeah.
So we let ourselves down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we feel we let our trainers down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there might be a tear in the stole. You try not to let anybody see, but it happens on
it
occasion.
does. I get it.
And it's not that you're, you know, upset that you didn't do well or upset that you didn't place. You know, we all do the work and we want, you know, we want to show up for our trainers. And when we don't, I think it's more disappointment that we didn't show up for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
a
came to
great-
the barn and cried the other day, but it was because of life.
Oh,
and then I had
yeah,
a lesson,
yeah.
and then I was a different person, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Thank you for my Zen."
I know.
You know? So
I
it
know.
was-
And there have been times where I've like, especially with my redheaded thoroughbred, I'm like, I probably shouldn't be riding right now. I am like, had a really shitty day,
Emotional.
and like he is not the one to ride. And then I'm like, oh no, actually I'm okay.
great.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
So, well, guys, I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you for
I
having
really,
us.
really do. We'll talk to you after you show.
Yeah.
And yeah, cheers all to all the adult amateurs. Well, friends, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Adult Amateurs Guidebook Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the discussion as always, and be sure to like and subscribe for more real and authentic conversations about the struggles and triumphs of balancing life and horses. Until next time, cheers to adulting and happy riding, friends.